So this is probably the hardest part to talk about, but ultimately the most important. A lot of people don't know what a second trimester miscarriage entails, and honestly, going into it, I had no idea either. When they told me what was about to happen after she had died, whoa. I was like, so I got home Sunday from Arizona. Monday, had that 16-week appointment. Everything was normal. They did remove a small polyp. So I was bleeding a little bit throughout the week, but nothing. Honestly, my pain was kind of gone. And she was like, I think it was just round ligament pain. There's no answer for what was going on. I felt like a small rush of liquid, but it was like teeny tiny amount. And I thought it was just like something to do with the polyp. And so I went to the bathroom, thought nothing of it, went back to bed, woke up again at like 8 or 9, and went to the bathroom. And here's where I'm going to put a trigger warning, because I discovered what eventually led to her death. So I went to the bathroom, and there was a cord falling out of me. And when I looked down, and I kind of was confused. What is this? Like, what's going on? And I texted my 2 best friends, and I called the nurse's line, and I said, there's a cord falling out of me. And she said, oh, that wouldn't happen. And I said, but it is. It is happening. And she's like, well, what does it look like? And I said, it looks like a folded cord, like a folded in half cord falling out of me. And it's still attached, but I see it. And she kind of was aloof, and like, I'm at this hospital right now, but if you want to come to this hospital, like, I'll be there in like an hour and whatever. And I'm like, I just feel like this is kind of important. Like, I don't know. So I went to the hospital, and immediately they were like, oh yeah, that is a cord. And I'm like, I literally said, like, thank you for validating me. Like, and so I guess my thought right there was, oh, we just shove it right back up and move on. Well, I don't know. I guess I didn't realize what was about to happen. But she got silent, and she went and got the ultrasound machine. She said she still has a heartbeat. And, at this gestational age, we just don't have very many options. And when she said that, I was thinking, options for what? Like, we're seeing her heartbeat. Like, I'm just confused, right? Like, she said, we just have to watch her heart rate go down. And I just started screaming. I mean, it was so devastating. And I felt so helpless. The one thing that I'm like supposed to be able to do is keep my baby alive. Like, that's the one thing my body's created for. And my body can't do it. And I can't fix it. Like, can you stop? I just couldn't stop screaming. And Maddie and Rachel like held me. And so then my doctor came in and said, this is what's going to happen. I said, what is going on? She said it could have been on what we call an incompetent cervix, where your cervix just opens for no reason. And it was just enough to open for the for the umbilical cord to fall out. But ultimately, there's no real reason for it. Down the road, they discovered that that's not what it was. And now we really don't have answers for why it happened, which is, I think, even more frustrating. So helpless. And so my doctor came in. I mean, there were numerous nurses and doctors coming in. I had so much blood taken. It just was all of these things. But I just got the worst news of my life. Like, it was so hard to comprehend what was happening. And one of the nurses came in and she was so sweet. She was, explaining, and she was like, I want you to take as much time as you need and whatever. But when they came in and they started explaining the medicine that I was about to get and the process that I was about to go through, it again just did not register. It was, wait, what? In my head, I didn't know how we would move on from there. You'll probably be here for the night. And I had already talked with Lena's dad, and he was down in Dallas. He lived down here at that point, and I was obviously up there, so he had to get on a flight and come up to Minnesota. And this will I'll probably have to do a whole nother video of the actual process of birthing her. But that's, I think, the part that I didn't know going into this. I had no idea that during a second trimester miscarriage, you have to give birth, C-section or vaginally. But that was something that I was not prepared for, and it was absolutely devastating.